Hey guys, a long time no see. It has been a hot minute since I have filmed my last video. I just want to start off by saying that I will be sitting down and filming like a formal update video explaining where I've been and why I took such a long break from YouTube, but that video is kind of going to be it's going to be a lot more on the personal side and just really hard for me to film and emotional. But that video is coming. It's going to be most likely the video after this video is uploaded. And I wasn't even originally going to film this video. I wanted to film an update video before any other videos went up on my channel explaining where I've been, but you guys came in so hard with sending me messages like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. I'm so overwhelmed by the amount of messages that I've received over the last week or so just about the Pretty Little Liars series finale, and you guys asking if I was going to come back and do a recap and reaction, and you guys were just requesting it so much. I was just like, oh my gosh, I have to come back and film this video. I was just so blown away and so touched by how much you guys wanted to see this. I was just like, oh my god, they're like so sweet. So anybody who's reached out to me in the past few days, the past few weeks, past few months that I haven't been uploading, I just want to say thank you so much. You have no idea how much it means to me. And you guys really touched my soul with your messages that I've received, and I just have to take a second and say thank you so much for that. But this video is going to be talking all about the Pretty Little Liars series finale. Series finale! It is all done. Finito. 7 years. The show is finally done. We got all our answers. I'm not so pleased with some of the answers we received, which I will get into. But for the last time, let's go ahead and get into last night's episode, the series finale of Pretty Little Liars. Let's go ahead and get into it. So this episode starts off in an obvious dream sequence because the girls are sitting outside and all of a sudden Jenna rides by on a damn pony and Lucas is like wearing some like little tuxedo dancing around, and then it starts snowing and I'm like, okay, obviously this is clearly fake. And then it flashes and we see Mona, and she's inside what appears to be a mental institution, and she is talking to AD, and she's just like, oh my god, I had no idea it was you. So then we see a flash forward in time, and it shows that Emily and Allison are still together, living together, and they now have two little twin girls. And then Hannah and Caleb are obviously still together and married. And Spencer is now in law school, becoming a lawyer, working with her mom. And then she has a pony. And her and Toby are friends. They're friendly. And Ezra and Arya are actually getting ready to get married. So we see everybody getting together, and they are throwing a party for Ezra and Arya. And they're having this party at the Lost Woods Resort. So they're all sitting around a campfire talking and just reminiscing about old memories and talking about how excited they are for Ezra and Arya's wedding. And then we see that somebody is watching them through the bushes wearing the black hoodie, and the person turns around and we see that it is Melissa. So initially when I first saw this, I was just like, wait a second. They are not going to reveal AD in the first 3 minutes of a 2-hour season finale, so obviously I knew that this was just like something fake or something they were doing to try and throw us off, because no way they're gonna reveal it that quick in the episode, let's get real here. So then everybody kind of splits up and they go into their own little couple rooms, and then Caleb and Hannah are off doing their thing, and they've kind of been bickering through the whole beginning part of this episode, and they've been fighting because Hannah actually invited Mona to come and stay with them after she got out of the mental institution. So they're bickering back and forth, and Hannah says something like, you're gonna scare my ovaries, we're trying to make a baby. And I was just like, yes, let's make a Halo baby. I need a Halo baby. I need a Halo baby. So then as they're all doing their thing in their separate rooms, we see that Melissa again is watching them from the window wearing the black hoodie, and she goes to turn and walk away, and as we see her walk away, we see somebody ripping off a Melissa mask, and it turns out to be Mona. So then we see that Mona rips off the mask, and she is actually on the phone talking to AD, and she's saying like, when are you going to tell me who you are? I wore the Melissa mask just like you told me to do to prove my loyalty to you. I want to know who you are. So then we see that it's time for Ezra and Arya's rehearsal dinner, and Hannah actually ends up bringing Mona, which obviously made everybody else mad because they didn't want Mona there because they still don't trust her. So then everybody goes home, and it shows that Emily and Allison are back home with their babies, and they're kind of bickering back and forth because Allison has kind of been hiding something between Emily's mom and her, and Emily wants to know what it is. And then Allison ends up proposing to Emily, which was a really cute scene, and I'm sure made everybody who's a big fan of Emerson super happy. So then there's also a little hookup scene between Spencer and Toby, which they just needed to get back together for the longest time. They kept just teasing us with it. So then Spencer is like taking a shower, and she comes out of the shower and she was hearing something, and then she was just like, Toby, is that you? And she turned around and she sees that it is Mona dressed in the A uniform, the black hoodie, and Mona says something to her like, deja vu, bitch, and then smacks her upside the head. This is where it gets interesting. Okay, we got the whole first hour out of the way. That was pretty damn boring if you ask me. So then we see Spencer, and she's laying on the ground and she's waking up after getting smacked in the head by Mona, and she's kind of like all disoriented, and she's in this like clear box that she's locked in, and she's looking at her reflection and like touching her hair and stuff and doing all this, and then her reflection like jumps out and does this, and I go, oh god, tell me this ain't a twin. Tell me this isn't a twin and Spencer don't have a damn twin and that's who AD is. Spencer has a twin and that's who AD is. Oh no! So like the twin like jumps out and goes, ha! And I'm just like, oh god. Alright, so they're sticking with the damn twin theory that everybody and their mom has been talking about now for years. And then the twin finally speaks. The twin has this British accent. Oh my god, I don't even know if I can call it a British accent. It was like a trying to be a British accent. Oh my lord. You guys, I laughed so hard when I heard her doing this accent. I don't know if anybody else laughed really hard at the accent. It just sounded so, it sounded so fake to me. Oh lord, the British accent. That got me rolling. The twin's name is Alex Drake. So it is Cece's sister, Cece's half-sister. So Alex starts telling Spencer her story, and she says that she was living in England and she ended up meeting Ren at a bar. Ren sees who he thinks is Spencer, obviously, and he walks up to her and is trying to talk to her like she's Spencer. And Alex is like, I have no idea what you're talking about. My name is Alex Drake. And Ren's just kind of looking at her like, what? Just like the rest of us were while we're watching this episode. Ren ends up explaining to Alex all about Spencer and all about everything going on with the girls, and just basically filling her in on everything. And while he's filling her in on everything, obviously the two of them, they start canoodling and they fall in love. Of course, because Ren's creepy and he wanted to be with Spencer so badly that now he's going to be with her twin. I see you, Ren. I see you. So Alex is basically telling Spencer how she wants to take over Spencer's life and actually become Spencer. And Spencer's saying like, there's no way my friends are gonna fall for this, they're gonna figure it out, they're gonna see right through you. And then Alex drops the bomb on us that she's already been sneaking in on Spencer's life and convincing people that she is Spencer. So we find out that the hallucination Hannah thought she had when she was kidnapped and locked in the barn, where she was talking to Spencer and Spencer told her she needed to get out, that was actually Alex. And then we also come to find out that the hookup that happened between Toby and Spencer, that was in the previous episode where Spencer went to the cabin and just started hooking up with Toby, and that's the first Toby moment we've had in like Lord knows how long. That wasn't even Spencer. That was the evil twin. And I was like, are you kidding me? Seriously? You're gonna pull this on us right now? So then she's telling Spencer that she wants to be her so badly, she ended up shooting herself in the same spot where Spencer got shot. So then we see Ren, and he's holding the gun up to Alex, and she's like, if you love me, you'll shoot me, just shoot me, Ren, do it. And I'm like, oh my god. So Ren ends up shooting Alex, and so in the same spot she gets the little scar where Spencer has the scar because she's batshit crazy. Alex starts hinting at the fact that Ren is now dead and that she killed him. She starts saying something about how Ren is now around her neck because diamonds last forever. So she's making it sound like she killed Ren and she put his body and shit inside a diamond, or like his bone or something. I needed a little bit more proof that Ren was dead, a little bit more like, yes, I killed Ren, I shot him, he dead, he in my necklace. So then Alex ends up leaving Spencer locked in the creepy glass room, and she goes off to Arya's wedding as Spencer. So Emily's mom ends up bringing in one of Allison and Emily's babies, and Alex ends up holding the baby, and then Alex is looking at the baby and she's just like, you have such beautiful eyes. I knew Ren would make the most beautiful babies. And I was just like, hold up. Ren is the father of Allison and Emily's babies. Are you serious? Like, can you imagine? I wonder if Ren knew that he was gonna have his sperm put into Allison and having twin babies, like if he knew that information, or if this Alex chick was so crazy, she she like stole her man's sperm without telling him, which I'm assuming that's what happened. She took the man's sperm and just didn't tell him and just was like, hey, I'm gonna implant this into somebody else and then I'm gonna sideswipe and go into their lives and be Spencer. Like, this whole finale was just so stupid. Like, I can't. I have so many thoughts running through my head. I'm just like, oh Lord. Why did they do this to us? Okay, then they're all getting ready for Arya's wedding, and Ezra ends up not showing up for the wedding. So while Spencer's trying to break out, she hears something coming from another room, and she stops and she looks and she sees a man laying on the floor, and we see that the man is Ezra. So Alex ends up coming back and she has another conversation with Spencer. And she ends up telling Spencer that Ren ended up introducing her to Cece while she was in London. So after Alex explains that story, she leaves Ezra and Spencer alone in the room, and she leaves, and we see that she's sitting outside of the law firm where her mom is working, and her mom ends up walking out with Jenna. And Jenna walks up to Alex and they're kind of having a conversation, and as Alex walks away, Jenna kind of gets this look on her face and she takes her phone out and she calls Toby and she says, Toby, I don't think that Spencer is Spencer. And Toby ends up seeing Alex posing as Spencer playing with the horses because they were supposed to meet up, and the horse kind of like starts bucking and acting all crazy, so he's just kind of like, what is going on? And after he gets that phone call from Jenna, he obviously puts two and two together, like, this is not Spencer. But after Toby tells everybody he thinks that Spencer has a twin, Caleb ends up finding the address of where he thinks that they are. So the group rushes over there, they find the house, they break in, and they can't find Spencer and Ezra anywhere, and they're running around, and then they end up running into them and they see them. But once they get to them, Spencer and Alex are actually fighting with each other and like rolling around with an axe, and Ezra has been knocked unconscious, so he has no idea what the hell's going on. And then Toby gets out a gun and the two Spencers like separate, and they're both like crying and screaming things, trying to convince the other person like, no, I'm Spencer, no, I'm Spencer, what are you doing, I'm Spencer. And Toby ends up asking them a question about what Spencer's favorite quote from the book he gave her was. And then the real Spencer starts naming off the quote in a different language, and Toby obviously knows that that is Spencer. So they arrest the crazy fake Spencer, Alex, AD, and they go bye-bye. So then after Alex is caught, after AD is gone, we see that Ezra and Arya finally are able to have their wedding, and we finally see the Ezra and Arya wedding, which I'm not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed with the Ezra and Arya wedding. I just expected so much more, and it was kind of just super rushed and just quick, and I just wanted more of a moment. Oh, I don't know. I mean, we still got our wedding and it was still cute, but my heart still wanted more for my Ezra and Arya wedding, and my heart still wanted more for the Caleb and Hannah wedding. I did not want to see two of my favorite couples just get married like that, especially like Hannah and Caleb. They just got married at like the Justice of the Peace and barely exchanged vows, and there was like barely a kiss. I was like, that's all I get. That's it, that's all we get, seriously? And then it flashes and we see the girls and they're walking around town and they're just kind of talking. And then Hannah ends up telling the girls that she is pregnant, so Hannah and Caleb end up having a baby, which I'm a little sad we didn't get to see, you know, more of that, but at least we know that they're still married and they're together and they are with child, which is what I always wanted. Yes, hearts in the air floating everywhere. But then that was the last moment we see with all the girls together and they're just crying, saying goodbye, and then it flashes to Mona and she's playing with these two dolls and making them drink tea, and then it flashes and we see that Alex and Mary Drake are dressed up in these outfits and they're drinking tea just like how Mona's dolls are. So like clearly Mona has Mary Drake and Spencer's twin like locked in a dungeon and forcing them to play dolls, so Mona finally wins, right? So then it flashes and we see this group of girls and they're in a barn and it's raining and thunderstorming and they're all scared and they all wake up and they're just like, oh my god, where did Addison go? She's gone. And then the girl that's supposed to be the smart girl with the glasses, she comes up and it's just like, I think I heard her scream. And then the show ends. Y'all, I was so annoyed with the last scene of the series finale. I just watched it and I was just like, seriously? Seriously? This is how the entire show ends? With the whole repeat of the barn scene in the first episode, but with the annoying new group of girls. Like, all I gotta say is, if they're gonna try and make some spin-off and do this all over again, ain't nobody gonna watch that shit. You guys, I'm like so about this. I expected so much more from the series finale, and I don't know if it's just because I had my hopes built so up with this show because we've been watching it for 7 years and I just expected so much more out of a series finale. I think in the books it is Allison's twin who ends up being like big uber A or like the original A. I don't know, something in the books is with Allison's twin. I thought that finding out Allison's mom had a twin was kind of enough for the whole twin thing, but then to find out that AD was actually a twin of one of the girls and it was Spencer's twin, I just thought it was kind of tired and played out. I don't know. I wanted it to be Ren. Y'all know this. I've been saying it for the longest time. I wanted it to be Ren, and I thought with Ren coming back to the show, I was gonna have my moment, and I was gonna be right, and it was gonna be fabulous, but it's very sad. It's very sad. AD was not Ren, and my soul was crushed. But I mean, I'm still glad that Ren was involved in some way, because I always thought he was involved in some way, I just couldn't put my finger on what it was, and obviously I thought he was AD and Big Uber A, which I thought would have been fabulous, but it's okay. It's alright, I've accepted it. I've accepted it, we are moving on, Ren is not AD, I was wrong. It's okay. I still really wanted, if it wasn't going to be Ren, I really wanted AD to be somebody that we had some kind of emotional attachment to, that would have shocked us, that just would have completely taken me back, like, oh my god, I can't believe it was that person, I love them so much, or if it was like one of the parents, or like somebody we had some kind of emotional attachment to, somebody that we knew throughout the entire show that would have tied in, I don't know, like, I see where they were going, I see how it ties together all nice in a pretty bow, making it Spencer's twin, I totally get it. I just was so expecting more. I will say though, I didn't hate this reveal as much as I hated CC Drake. CC Drake, I was just so pissed when they revealed CC Drake as the last A. I was like, you're gonna give me CC Drake? After this long, CC Drake, Charles De Laurentiis, that's what we get? So I guess I wasn't as pissed as the CC reveal. I was still pissed though. I still wanted more. So it's crazy to say, but you guys, that is it. That is my last Pretty Little Liars recap and reaction video I will ever be doing on my channel, which is so crazy to me to say. I can't believe this is the last one I'm ever going to be doing, but it was a good 7 years, one of my favorite shows, even though I didn't like the ending all that much. Still one of my all-time favorite shows, Pretty Little Liars. I still loved it. It was still amazing. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of the series finale. If you liked it, if you were completely shocked. Let me know in the comments below. I'm so curious to see what you guys thought and what your reaction was. But I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys!